Noviembre 16, Aciñaga, presentación de la pequeña memoria. 23, México, Feria del Libro.
Em 2007, dia 11, viagem a Madrid, 26 de Brasil.
É o palco do tempo, sem tempo a mais. São voltas às voltas, por querer sempre mais. É um verso atrás, um degrau que não viu. São curvas as retas, num final não vazio. Sobre o tempo a mais, são voltas à espera que não viva mais.
Hola, escuchadores de RadiOmix. I'm so happy today to publish this special program. It's special because for the first fact, we are going to change language from Spanish to English, and for the second instance, the most important is it's special because we are going to interview to know about more information about the artist Noiserv. His real name is David Santos, and he will be the last performer of the festival Arteficial of Ribadavia. Arteficial is a no-profit and cultural organization of Ribadavia that each year organizes a day in September, dedicate all the day for the music to promote some different musicians and some different musical bands. And this year, this festival will take place on Saturday, this Saturday, in 4th of September, and Noiserv will be playing in the castle of Rivadavia. Will be the last performer. And he's Portuguese artist born in Lisbon. So it's a great pleasure for me discover and new information about the music world and mix my information from my country to the information that I learned here and the information that I'm sure I'm going to learn from him. So now we are going to wait that he joined this video call, and to conclude this program, and we are going to listen and to watch together a performance of David. So, hi.
Hola.
I did a little intro to explain why now we are here and why I'm going to ask you something. It's a very great pleasure for me And for the first, how are you? And how are you preparing for this weekend, for this festival?
I think that
in general, in general, how are you?
yeah, I think that after the last 2 years, when for all the people they are playing, the musicians, all the other people related with culture, during these 2 years, everything was everything stopped, right? So at the moment, I'm already starting to have a lot of shows, and this one, it's one of them, no? And so it's really an enthusiastic moment. So I'm always thinking about the show and what should I go to do there, and about this show, since it's my first time in Galiza, I think that it's always a good opportunity to show my music to people that really don't know me. So it's like really, I'm thinking about which songs should I play. For example, in Portugal nowadays I'm playing more new songs since I have a new record. But maybe for the Spanish people, if I play old songs, all the old songs will be also new. So maybe I will play a bit more from the old songs, and so I'm trying to decide which songs should I play. But I'm happy about the show.
It's something I think also funny, maybe, and so it stimulates for you, maybe try to understand what the public here could be, not only understand, but want to also listen, or
Yeah.
I don't know, the perception of
Yeah.
the people that it change from
Yeah.
it depends from where you are. So maybe it's something from where you can also learn something, or I don't know, it will be
Yeah, I think there will be for sure something new, because the people are different. But
yeah.
from the other shows they already have outside Portugal, I think that people always liked the show and the concert. So I'm hoping that in Galiza it will be the same. But I'm also in doubt if I should speak in Portuguese, trying to speak in Spanish, speak in English. I don't know between the songs. So I'm trying to understand, because in my eye, I think that in Galiza, since it's so close to Portugal, I think that we can understand each other's in Portuguese, I think.
A little. They said to me that it's easier than the people that live in the other regions of Spain.
Yeah, because it's closer.
Yeah.
More similar.
Concerning of this argument, from my perspective, from the personal perspective, I'm Italian, so it's from the first, it's so curious for me discover the Spanish culture, but about the Portuguese culture, about the Portuguese landscape in this moment, how is it? And from your point of view, how your music could insert in this landscape?
What do you mean about landscape? The real landscape, or the?
No, metaphoric
Okay.
landscape.
I think that we are, besides the COVID problem, I think that we are living one of the most creative and better moments in music in Portugal, because we have a lot of bands, different bands. I think that also the public and the audience are giving a lot of attention for the Portuguese bands. So I think that we are living a really good moment. So, for example, maybe 10 years ago, everything was much different than it is now. So I think that nowadays we have so many people playing that I think that the landscape of the music in Portugal, it's really nice. And I think that my music, it's part of this new generation. Not really new, because I already have like 39, but in the last 10 years, my music, it's like growing in Portugal. So I think that it makes part of this landscape that you were talking about. But I think that we are living a good moment with a lot of different styles, different ideas, different things. So it's being good.
Going more deeply in your music, Palco do Tempo, it's a song that it's link take part of the album. Everything should be perfect, even if no one's there. That was inserted in the docu-film José y Pilar. How was possible this collaboration? You wrote the song before that the production of the film you to. And
because the record that you talk, the everything should be perfect even if no one's there, it's not really a record, it's like a live concert. So it mixes a lot of songs from different records, and Palco do Tempo in the beginning was made just for the movie, and then when I released like the live show on a record, I put that song there. But in the beginning, Palco do Tempo was made just for the film, for José Pilar, and I did not only José Pilar, I did a lot of more songs for that movie, and it came because the guy that made the film invited me to do a lot of songs, and he particularly asked me to do one song in Portuguese because it should be like the song to be in the teaser of the trailer of the movie. And so at that time, I think that it was like 2011 or 2010, I wrote this Palco do Tempo, but it was made just for the film, and also the lyrics are related with José Saramago and related with the movie.
So it was like a combination, casual combination, because the lyric you wrote thinking about José Salamanco.
Yeah, it's a mix. I think that it's a mix between what I saw on the movie, and so what is the feelings of José Saramago, but also my own ideas. So it's like a mix between me and José Saramago. But the main idea, even with the title of the song, Palco do Tempo, that it means like stage of time, it's related with something that José Saramago was saying on the movie, telling that since he started to write so late, so he was sure that he will never have time to write everything that he wanted to write. So it's the idea of the time of how you spend your time. So it's so the lyrics are basically about what I saw on the movie and what I feel about José Pilar. Felt.
How was the sensation to that someone asked to link to different type of art, of your art and their art about the film?
I think that doing soundtracks, it's like maybe one of the things that give me more fun. I think because it's just like because what you said, because when you do your own record, you are like spending a lot of time doing your own things, just thinking about yourself and trying to do better and better, but sometimes you are really obsessive with something that you don't know how to solve. But when you do soundtracks for a movie, you need to do a song by yourself, but with the ideas of other guys and with some images for that movie. And so the link between your music and something that other people did, it's really a special connection. And I think that in movies, music has like the great power of letting the people go from one side to the other side. For example, if you have like a really sad situation, if the song or if the music was not too sad, then the people will not feel so sad. But if the music is sad, then even if you have like a happy situation, somehow the audience will feel more sad. So I think that the power of the music in movies is so big that it's really a great pleasure to trying to take the people with you on their travel in the movie. So it's really a special thing to do. I already made a lot of movies and it's always special.
It's so true, because music, it's a great way to communicate something in a directly way. Well, what you feel with the music, just with the melody, the instrumental part, it's So
Yeah.
it's a train that go to the soul of person to the other
Yeah.
one. So
I think that music is supposed to be the more the faster feeling that you can have. It's also how can I explain it? When you are listening a song, it goes directly to your emotions more quickly than when you are talking with someone. So it's really an important thing in movies and in your life.
There is an Italian philosopher that all the time in the conference said that music is the directly way to go in the crazy mood of the human soul, and so also express all the deeply part of our thoughts. And yeah, it's something very strange that I think the science can't understand yet. So in a complete way. About your art, something that caught my attention was the drawings of the cover album, because it's for me, it's drawing represents something. For example, for the first album, A Day in the Day of the Days of the 28th.
The one is not the first one, but it's like an EP. I have one that it's called 100 Miles from Thoughtlessness, but maybe the record you saw, it's like a mix that I did in 2011 when I mixed the both records. So it's like if the first record is like 100 Miles from Thoughtlessness plus A Day in the Day of the Days. So the cover, it's the same, but they are different records. But it's the cover, it's the same.
Yeah, in the cover, it's no. You are right. You must correct me, because I'm sure that maybe I'm going to do some another mistake. But the cover, it's someone that draw himself, right?
Yeah.
And for the cover of Almost Visible Orchestra of 2013, it's like a collage of a face with some little cube, and in each one, but are collocated in different parts, in a logical part.
Yeah.
And in each one, there is something that happen. It's like an image of a face in movement, and with another little person that does something. And for the last album of 2020, Uma palabra começada por N. I think correct. It sounds so strange.
It was okay. It was okay.
Thank you. It's like the general drawing. It's like a man that watch cows that are interpreted like the cows of the thoughts. Also because before this album, there was some singles that were published before the album. And each single, in each single there is a cover with the same geometrical drawing, and so I think it's like a storytelling that is composed pass by pass. And I was curious about who draw this image that they seemed so simple, but they aren't simple. They are so symbolic and representative. And another one question, they could represent also the develop of your music, or in a metaphoric way, or no?
I think so, because mainly my records are always about myself and about the way I deal with everything that it's outside. So, but about your first question, it's not me, the guy who did the drawings, but they are usually my ideas, or sometimes my ideas talking about the people, the guy that did the drawings. And in the first two records, it was my cousin that did the drawings, and in this last one, it was a friend of mine. But in all of them, I think that maybe in this last one, I think that you were right when you say that maybe my music got more complex, and so you have that little guy that is supposed to be me, that is watching for something really confused and really, and it's supposed to be what is outside me. And then if you see, because maybe you didn't have the record in your hand, and when you do like this, all the drawings will change, because he has like a two images, and so you have like the little guy watching for the confusion of the world, and then when you move it, all the confusion goes inside of the guy.
Wow!
And it's like the way,
I must see
and so it's like the way I did the record, because you spend like maybe 2 years trying to do small songs, living with a lot of people around you, having a lot of things to do. And then when you finish a record, it's like if you are taking care of everything that you saw and you put everything inside you, and then you do a record. And so it's like the main metaphoric idea of that cover is that thing. In the first one, I think that it's a little bit different, because since it was my first record, I was trying to understand myself in music. So I was drawing myself, and the guy that I was drawing me, because I was understanding myself doing the songs. So I don't know if you did understand, but it's the idea.
I was the
and in
same
the second
image.
one,
I had the same image.
in the second one, the one with a little jigsaw, the puzzle, since you didn't see also the physical edition, because in the physical edition it's really a puzzle, so you can change the pieces from each place, and you have two sides. So in one side you have me watching you, in the other side you are watching me from my back, and so you can deconstruct me in front or deconstruct me on the back. And that is also the concept of the songs, because I was trying to use the music to put my little bits together, but sometimes I'm not really well constructed, and sometimes I am. So it's like also the idea of the cover, because I always want to have the covers really related with the idea of the songs, and mainly with the period of time when I did the songs. And so I'm always that guy on the cover, but it's my problems that are also drawn.
I was closer, so because
you were.
I had the same sensation also listening all the song. I listening all the albums, I think in 2-3 morning, and I feel so much this growing. It was like see you in 3 morning growing up.
Yeah.
And I think
and it's also, there is also another record, but since it's a different record, that it's from 2016, that it's one that it's transparent, that it's without color, that it's one that it's only on the piano, that it's called 00 2.00 2.00.
Yeah, I know. But and this album, it's the central, the core of the next question. It's a little for this that I wanted to speak just a little of this album, because you wrote about this album that was written, composed for a film that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I interpreted this phrase like something that you are listening this album, you must create with your imagination your own film. Yeah. But
exactly,
I think it's a little utopic, this idea.
Because I don't have any movie, because I didn't think in a movie for that songs. I just believe that if you listen all the record, maybe you can do your own movie. And it could be really a movie with a camera, or it could be like a metaphoric movie, because every day you are living like a movie, no? Your life, it's a bit a movie or not. Yeah. And so the idea of that of that record is that thing. It's that you can, if you can go to somewhere with that songs, you're already living a movie. So it's the idea of the songs. And since the songs are, most of them are instrumental and they are a little bit melancholic and contemplative, so it's good songs for a soundtrack, I think.
All the details from the drawing, from the lyrics to the instrumental part are so introspective. It's like a voyage in your way to be introspective. And what are the elements that the basic elements, but essential, that could inspire you in general?
I think there is always it's always an hard question, because I really don't know what really inspires me or not. I think that, for example, in these 2 last years, since I didn't did much thing because we were most of the time closed at home, I wrote less songs than before. So I think that what really inspires me, it's the connection with people. It's the connection with stories, with ideas, with conversations, with everything that is around me. So if I was me by myself in the top of a mountain, I think that I will not have any inspiration. So I need to be close to people, talk about a lot of things, and then somehow you start to feel a little bit filled up, or filled, I think, of emotions, and then you wrote something. But I always need the people around me.
Yeah, to feel inside, to create inside so much connection, more connection. It's a little difficult to try to do this just only with their own mind. Maybe it's possible through books, through the music, through cultural reference, but it isn't the same. And for the last, maybe it's a little silly question, but in your official website, you have a keyboard, and the keyboard, it's like divided in 2 parts. In the part with Noiserv, there are some notes in which it's possible create some accords, and in the other one, it's like linked to 8 tones. There are some other notes with some other accords, but why? I don't know. I was trying to understand the code of this message, but
no. I think that in the beginning, the mainly idea was because I wanted to have a website where people can play something. Since I think that if you enter in my website and you try to do something with songs, you are already connected with my music. Not really connected because you are not listening to my music, but since you are playing something that I built, then you are already connected somehow. And so in the beginning, the idea was to have like a normal keyboard with a normal notes, but then I saw a lot of tutorials to understand how can I change a few things. And then since I think that Noiserv it's a musical thing, then I found it funny to instead of playing like the C, D, E, you can play like N, O, E. And so you are playing really with Noiserv. It's like a basic idea, but it's like a little joke. But the idea is for you to be a little bit closer to me, and then you are already you are playing in Noiserv world.
Yeah,
it's basically that.
To your performers, because you are a performer. I think you are not just solely a musician, but a concrete performer. And I'm so curious to see you Saturday and to attend to go to your concert, because you are able to interpret, to represent not only one musician, but 8, 10, 12 musicians. You can play so many things in the same time and create a very interesting joke with the emotion and with the instrumental.
Thank you.
Okay, instrumental. I don't know, instrumental. Los medios. Ahora mi cerebro.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Pasa direttamente. So thank you so much.
Thank you too. Yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed this time.
Yes, it's really nice. I think that you made a really good interpretation of most of my ideas, and I think that sometimes people don't have time or don't want to have time to understand the small details. But I think that when you think about all the small details, it's good when you understand that there are people like you that are trying to understand the small details. So thank you for that. Yeah.
I'm so happy of your response. I'm all the time that I interview someone, I'm a little afraid to, I don't know, to appear like a crazy girl that try to understand all the time something that it isn't in the.
Yeah. For example, I think that maybe you will like. I already wrote like a small book. It will be released in October, and all this and the small story, it's full of small details. So maybe you will like it to read it. But it's still in Portuguese. Maybe one day I can have it in another language. But I think that you will like it because it's really full of small details. And I think that people can read the story without thinking about the small details, and then it's like a normal regular story. But if you go inside of the small details, I think that it's really funny, and maybe you will like it. I hope.
Yeah, for me, discover the details. It's very good to link all the information that we have and to learn new meanings. So, what is the title of the book? So, for the people,
it will be like it's in Portuguese, but it's like 3 x 10 elevated 8 meters per second. It's the velocity of the light. It's light velocity, and it's a story about how we see each other and how about the speed that we see each other. It's hard to explain, but the title of the book, it's the mathematical formula for the speed of light.
And will be published in October.
October, yeah. And it will be only in Portuguese in Portugal, but then I will see what because I think that it's really hard to go outside Portugal and even stay in Portugal with the music. But I think that with books it's even more difficult. So it's like in the beginning it will be released only in Portugal, but then I will think about what I can do.
So interesting. So I hope that also the people that are going to listen this interview could have the opportunity to go close to your music and also to your literature part. And I'm very, very, very happy to have the possibility to promote your products, your artist products. So good luck for all, and we are going to see in so little time.
Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah.
See you soon.
See you on Saturday.
Ciao.
Beijinhos.
was death before. The ship is in a parade, just taking over. I said one just for the gun, said two for the eyes, said three and start shooting over. This is about a day when I spoke with death, but you were death before. They keep singing over. The parade is my hand, the key to the God, and I'm only my thoughts. I said one just for the gun, said two for the eyes, said three and start shooting over. This is about a day when I spoke with me, but I've already spoke, still killing over. our lovely dance, lovely grow, and take it slow, and cross the one that I had lost. Let him show, and take it slow. You should feel like us. You should feel like us. We should feel like us. We should feel like us. We should feel like us. This is our lovely dance when it feels so sad, when you get so mad, and try forgive the some things I didn't mind when you cross myself, when you can get help. You should feel like you should feel like us. And it's when you're walking, it's when you beat my ghost, that something surprising you're feeling down. And it's when you talk with a friend so sad, that 789 fear is going down. When you're walking down the road with the saddest signs, there's no green lights and only stars, and no one to drive me home. Alone I can't say goodbye. I was feeling doubts, and so who am I woke up and no supplies. something inside my head. Alone I can't say goodbye.